Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit, where engines aren't the only things under pressure. In early 2025, Amazon revved up a political storm by allegedly planning to show consumers just how much Trump's new tariffs were inflating prices. That bold move drew immediate fire from the White House and sparked a personal call from Trump to Jeff Bezos. As tensions escalated, rumors swirled that Amazon might relocate to Dubai. Though later debunked, the drama unveiled deeper cracks in U.S. trade policy and corporate trust. Buckle up, because here's how the road twisted from pricing to politics. Tariff transparency triggers a firestorm. April 2025 saw a scoop from Punchbowl News that rattled DC. Amazon was exploring whether to display the cost of tariffs directly on product listings. We're talking full transparency. Price tags revealing how much Trump's new 145% tariff on Chinese imports and a 10% baseline on most others was impacting your online cart. That concept may seem customer-friendly, but it ignited a political inferno. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt called it a hostile and political act. Then came the personal call from Trump to Bezos, a direct line of disapproval. Amazon backpedaled fast, clarifying that the idea was floated internally, specifically for its budget-focused Amazon haul, and never saw greenlight status. But the damage was already on the assembly line. Media outlets jumped in. Analysts weighed the motives. Social media had its usual meltdown, half applauding Amazon's transparency, the other half accusing it of political grandstanding. Even though Amazon shelved the plan, the conversation revved up. Other e-retailers like Shine and Temu went ahead with tariff breakdowns at checkout, sparking a new consumer debate. Should corporations have the right, or even obligation, to show how government policy shapes prices? In short, what started as a transparency tweak turned into a turbocharged collision of trade policy and public perception. For a company that thrives on speed and scale, Amazon found itself gridlocked in a very political jam. And if you thought that was intense, the next twist in the road hit even harder. Whispers of Amazon ditching America altogether. Dubai Detour, or just a detour? As the tariff story gained traction, it suddenly swerved into even wilder terrain. Rumors that Amazon was preparing to relocate its global headquarters to Dubai. Yep, you heard that right. Bloggers and pundits pointed to supposed internal chatter and claimed the e-commerce titan was packing its bags for the UAE, lured by promises of a 10-year tax holiday, a purpose-built logistics zone, and relocation perks for tens of thousands of staff. But here's the thing. It wasn't true. Amazon issued a sharp denial. No such HQ move had even reached the executive table. What was happening? Business as usual. The company was expanding operations in global hubs like Singapore and Dubai, but that's standard practice for any multinational fine-tuning its global supply chain and infrastructure. Still, the rumor had legs, because it played into a broader anxiety. When corporations this big start feeling the pinch from political friction, might they just up and leave? And Dubai? It checks a lot of corporate boxes: tech-savvy, tax-free, and strategically located. This episode reminded everyone of one thing. In today's turbo-global economy, even whispers of relocation can rattle cities, spook investors, and stoke policy overhauls. Whether real or fictional, the Dubai detour sparked a vital conversation about corporate loyalty, political friction, and the fragility of America's economic giants. And nowhere did those whispers hit harder than Seattle, the city Amazon calls home. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Seattle's Shockwave, when one rumor rattles a city. For years, Seattle has proudly carried the Amazon badge like a high-performance emblem, polishing its economy, revving up tech jobs, and inflating property values faster than a boosted turbo. But when rumors surfaced about Amazon bolting to Dubai, panic spread faster than a check engine light on a worn-out Civic. Phone lines buzzed. Local media lit up. business owners and homeowners alike started asking hard questions. Would thousands of jobs vanish overnight? Would cafes and co-working spaces go belly up? Would neighborhoods like South Lake Union turn from boomtown to ghost town? Even before Amazon responded, the silence was deafening and damning. For a city so deeply tied to a single corporate giant, even speculation packed a punch. Economists warned this was a textbook case of overconcentration. Sure, Amazon brought prosperity, but it also made Seattle vulnerable to strategic mood swings. And this wasn't just a local concern. Wall Street and Washington took notice. Politicians floated stay and invest tax breaks, hoping to avoid a corporate exodus. Though Amazon ultimately shot down the Dubai claims, the psychological toll lingered. It reminded American cities that betting the house on a single tech titan might make you rich, but also leaves you exposed if they decide to hit the eject button. Now that we've explored the local ripple effects, let's zoom out and see what this saga means for the bigger global trade picture. Trade wars, tech giants, and the new front lines. The Amazon tariff saga wasn't just a skirmish between a company and the White House. It revealed how global trade, corporate messaging, and political narratives now collide in plain view. Today, battles over policy aren't fought with shipping delays or customs forms. They're fought in app interfaces, checkout pages, and public statements. Amazon's fleeting tariff transparency idea became a lightning rod. A corporate attempt at consumer clarity was spun into political betrayal. That's how fragile the ecosystem has become. And let's be real, giants like Amazon aren't alone in this tightrope act. Apple's been lobbying for tariff exceptions. Tesla's building battery plants in Indonesia. These aren't one-offs. They're moves in a high-stakes game of regulatory chess. The big question? Where's the line between transparency and activism? Should companies inform customers how much a government policy adds to their bill? Or is that stirring the pot? In an age of rising nationalism and supply chain tension, every decision, every press release, and every product label carries political weight. Amazon's saga is a case study in that tension. Whether the headlines are true or not, the implications are real, and they're revving through the global economy like a V8 at full throttle. All of this brings us to a final gear shift: how businesses must navigate the dangerous curves where politics and profit intersect. Final thoughts: when commerce and conflict collide. The 2025 Amazon drama was more than a PR blunder or political sideshow. It was a high-stakes reminder that corporations can't steer clear of geopolitics anymore. Whether it's tariff talk or relocation rumors, companies now ride a double-lane highway, one driven by shareholder value, the other by government scrutiny. And as the world gets more interconnected, these flashpoints will only become more frequent, more dramatic, and more consequential for businesses, cities, and consumers alike. Before you go, what do you think? Do you believe companies like Amazon should be more transparent about how government tariffs affect pricing? Should cities like Seattle diversify their economic engines instead of relying on one corporate powerhouse? And if relocation rumors like the Dubai drama ever came true, what kind of ripple effect would that have on the auto industry, especially with companies like Rivian or Tesla going global? Sound off in the comments. We want to hear your take. And hey, if you're all about decoding the mechanics behind the headlines, make sure to subscribe to Piston Pundit and hit the bell so you never miss the next vehicle update or industry shakeup. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, keep your engines running smooth and your insights sharp. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's plenty more to explore.